That's why they don't like speed reading, critical thinking, and practical problem solving classes in inner city educational facilities, because those things takes the brakes off. If you ever notice, you got average children that go to average class. Then you have those who they say is below average. They send them to what they call a special educational program. And then you got what they call accelerated into college prep and classes for the gifted. Well, there's a German model. It's called Realschulen, Volksschulen, and Academia. Real schooling, or Realschulen, is the homonym for the English real schooling. Volksschulen, which most children go to, is a homonym of the English equivalent of false schooling. And academia is where you send your upper echelon minds for what they call it, it's called academia flat out, but it's a three-tier educational system. It's to separate the brightest children, extract them from the masses, those whose brains they can't slow down, and fit into the realm of what you call normal, average, mediocre, in the middle, C child. Your A, B, C, D, E, or your 1 through 5 grading methods are bullshit. All that is a measuring tool for money. It don't have nothing to do with what your child learned. It don't have anything to do with whether your child learned or not. I was a functional illiterate with a 3.75 GPA. I was a functional illiterate. And I got kicked out in the 10th grade as a functional illiterate. How the fuck that I can't read and I can maintain a 3.75 is beyond fucking me. I had to teach myself how to read correctly. I had to learn the dictionary. I had to raise myself from idiot to genius on my fucking own. I mean, it wasn't no easy job, and I did have a lot of help. But the fact of the matter is I had to find my own determination to not accept the bullshit. I had to find my own drive to overcome the oppressor. Yeah, Don, I got a couple of sisters down in ATL. Hey, Portia, ain't no topic. We freestyling today, sweetie. If you got any questions, just throw that shit out there. If it's stick, I'm going to answer it. Hey, look, I done been all over this country, right? And I done seen all kind of females from all walks of life. And believe it or not, I was shocked to find the most loyal females grow up in gang culture. That blew my wig back because it's so outside. Yeah. It kind of like took me for a loop because I never expected the women that know how to work together in a group, know how to function in a household with a male leader. But remember, the women are actually running the show, but they know how to keep that man in power. And they know how to work together in raising the children. Now, these supposed to be the derelicts, the worst. This is gang-banging females. And out of all of the gang-banging females, the ones that I've seen do the most remarkable hold you down ass shit been Bloods and Crip females. I haven't seen it nowhere else in the country on that level. They so out cold, they come up in your crib and reorganize the house like that in the clique. They bring in what you need. If they think you worthy, they bring in everything you fucking need right there. Okay, let's get this party. Like if I was in LA right now, I couldn't sit at home like this. If I was in California, there's no way them sisters in California would know that I know the shit that I know and leave me sitting in a goddamn house. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It can't happen. It's not possible. Their psychology, their makeup, and their character is totally different on the West Coast and any other part of the country. They all ready to ride. I got in my saved videos. I'm probably gonna post it up as a comment in this video. See if I can get it from another place. They already know what the call is, right? I'm gonna prove it to you. West Coast sisters already know what they supposed to be doing. They already know. I'm gonna show you. I gotta go to my save videos. I'm gonna post this video in the comments. I wish I could post this mug and up on the side of the screen with me, and where y'all could see it. You know, in the black community, we used to dread prison worse than anything else. Prison used to be the worst thing you can threaten us with. And then we start marching for civil rights, right? Once we start marching for civil rights, stuff started to change because we didn't fear prison no more. We didn't fear getting locked up or jailed. Fuck that shit. And you know what we do? See, black people are natural alchemists, whether they accept it or not, or whether they know it or not. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Black people are natural alchemists in the respect that all of the bad shit that get dumped on us, we convert that shit into something good. Every goddamn time. Look, they gave us a name, niggas. And it was the most vile thing in the history of the world anybody could be called. And we turned that shit into a term of endearment. My niggas. We turned that shit into some good shit. We love being niggas now. Nigga, ain't nothing like being a nigga. Everybody want to be niggas now. But there was one point where if you called a person a nigga, you gonna get your whole motherfucking back broke. The whole clique gonna rain down on your motherfucking ass with the wrath of rod. I'm not bullshitting. Now, this is alchemy. We took what you intended to hurt us with, we turned that shit into a term of endearment. You know, we turned that into a whole way of life wrapped around a negative thing that we turned or attempted to turn in our community into something positive. So now, while everybody thinking that they hurting us by calling us nigga, it ain't nothing new. We was trying to figure out how to make that that flip anyway. Ever since, all you got to do if you want to know how long we've been trying to get over the sting of the pain of being called a nigga is read Richard Wright, Black Boy, I think it's called, and he got a part in there where he's talking about how the brothers be hanging on the corner when ain't nobody else around. They try to when ain't nobody else around, they call each other niggas to try to see who was the toughest and who could take it. Call me a nigga, I can take that shit. Master don't run shit here. So now I'm gonna try to post this video of these sisters in California, and I don't know if y'all gonna understand what y'all about to see. Certain stuff, but I'm about to show it to y'all. You got the niggas to try to see who was the toughest, who could take it. Call me a nigga, I can take that shit. Master don't. Okay, so now I just posted in there. I just posted in there the link. Now, right here, I'm going to pin this comment. Right? Okay, so now the comment that's pinned is the video showing them sisters in California know that they supposed to be going to the water. They know they supposed to be wearing the white dresses. It's actually the dress 19 from the Nation of Islam, by the way, by Tanetta Muhammad. It's the correct garb for the upcoming ceremonies, because it was designed specifically for the women in the upcoming liberation campaign of flipping the grid, and it had to be free flowing so that we can infuse parts of ballet and classical dance that would accentuate the flow of the gown to give it the appearance of like when a group of women together and they make certain movement, it'll look like a white cloud on the ground moving from a distance. So that was the purpose of that outfit being created by Tanetta Muhammad. And notice she called it the dress 19. 1 and 9, beginning and ending, Alpha and Omega. It would have meant the same if she'd called it the dress 10, beginning and end, Alpha and Omega. 9 being the fullness of the birth, 9 months in the initiation or first entry being at the alpha or the number 1. You bring the alpha to the omega, you bring the beginning to the end. And this is the whole trick. We got to take the best shit that we used to have, the best shit we got now, and throw away all of the garbage. And so what I have to do is I have to find a big enough facility for my teachers to bring their families, entire families in, or these teachers are going to be women. Some of them going to be married. Some of them are not going to be married. But they're going to all have different jobs, but we have to be able to have the room to facilitate everybody in order to make this happen. Yeah, man, look, that video, if y'all get to watch it, that I got pinned on here, that video show you all these sisters, they have this drive. They don't know what it is. They know it's there. They feel it. You can look and you see they all confused. They don't know what they supposed to be doing, right? But they know they supposed to be doing something at that water. Well, they made 2 mistakes. From the standpoint of what they're doing, the first mistake is they're supposed to be in fresh water. They call in the wrong mother at the salt water for the cleanup, because she don't play no, she's stern. She's more stern. But the right one, the correct mother or the correct goddess is from the fresh water. Now, once we start these training to flip the grid, there would be a series of women in various age groups from pre-puberty to senior citizen, post-menopause. The older women have to have the vigor of a young woman. And that's another video I got that'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'll be saving videos that can illustrate the correct formula so that you can see what I'm talking about. Now, the older women are like the guides. The whole thing is to tie the wisdom to and experience of the elders to the vigor and bravado of the youth. When you're 20, you'll do some shit at 20 that there's no way you're gonna do when you're 50. Ain't no way. You don't have the courage to try no shit like that when you're 50. The same stuff you do when you're 20, you're not gonna do when you're 50. You learn so much stuff now, you already know that the consequences outweigh the benefits to such a degree that I'm not going to even put myself in that path. And so when we build the structure, we actually supposed to be building a building. The building is supposed to be shaped like a big ass donut. And in the middle of the building, all of the children comes out, and you cover it up with plexiglass with air ventilation around the top so that the rain can drain to the outside as opposed to the inside. And then you can still have an open air in the middle. And then all of the children is supposed to go to in the morning, because some people are going to go out to jobs in the street while some people stay in the community and work with children and work with the women. Now in there you got your education, your doula center, your rites of passage. All these things is taking place at the same time, but you also have the formation of the pyramid structure of your family with the head of the household at the top, which is always a pair, and it trickles down according to the needs of the community. And this is the purpose of this pyramid symbol, is showing you structure. It's all it means: structure, organized, order, and structure. If it's disorganized, you can't have a pyramid, square, or a circle. It's going to all fall apart. If it's not, it's chaos. And so if you want to take the order out of the chaos, this is the structure. Akshita, you already know this subconsciously, and you kind of like running from it, but you know what you're supposed to do, and you're going to do what you're supposed to do because that's just who you are. And a lot of people are going to be taken aback because you don't kiss their ass, but you can send them to me so I can cuss them out and tell them to kiss mine in your stead. Um, yeah. Anyway, so you already know. It's in your voice when you speak. And that's why I told you that the sisters need to hear you speak. The same with Eli. She good. She out of Chicago, and I post some of her videos too. And the Fairy Thug Mother, that's my baby. She out cold with the knowledge. And it's a couple more sisters on there. I can't name them all right now but the information and the sharing with these type of women that creates the family structure. These type of women coming together is what generates the energy. See,
Freelad Hoover cyber parade and giving her the opportunity to come and ask any questions she want. She said she knew enough. She was quoting the shit out of me in her video, but she think that for some reason I'm on some bullshit, some making some shit up. Whatever the fuck she think. Then I had several people message me and ask me if Larry, this is the funniest shit to me, if Larry worked for them people. I said, that don't make much sense to me because who would be willing to work for them people being locked up for 50 fucking years? Cause shit ain't even reality. But the COINTELPRO, which I'm not going to play none of their videos today because I'm not going to let them delete this one. But let me get done with these invites and we'll get into this subject matter. Because it's easy, people is easily, alright, gotta look like that's it. So, people quick to say, to post some dirt on a motherfucking name. Don't know shit about them, never met them, but they'll throw some dirt on their name. Right? They be talking all that old, I'm holy roller, spiritual, woke shit. But when they confronted with the opportunity to determine if they really spiritually woke by putting that shit to the question, these niggas run. Right? So since they like to put slander on people's name, you need to understand the strategy of what they call hang them in effigy. An effigy is the image of a person. So when they say hang them in effigy, you don't necessarily have to kill the person to destroy them. You destroy their character. You destroy. You talk about them about shit you don't even know. Accuse them of making alliances. Jay-Z is the Illuminati and all that old kind of shit. Ain't now one of y'all seen Jay-Z go to one motherfucking Illuminati meeting. Y'all seen him throw up some Rockefeller signs for his record label and say that make him be the Illuminati now. That's the most dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, but I entertain it because it's entertaining, but it don't have no truth value to it with me. It's more of entertainment, right? Like I like to watch The View. I like to watch Carson and Daily Show. I like to watch motherfucking Fox. I like to watch wrestling. That shit for entertainment. That shit is not to tell me what's going on in the world, but I can use it to read it like an oracle just because I'm psychic. Right? So, well, seeing him forehead to forehead with Marina Abramovich don't make him Illuminati. It can make him an ignorant ass nigga that don't know who the fuck she is. Right? So I'm saying is or is not. I'm talking about the nature of slander and showing how we don't have evidence to come to a conclusion based off of interaction with a person. Somebody can be good as hell to you and be the devil to another motherfucker. So now all of a sudden, do that make you the devil because the person that's good to you was the devil to other people? Not necessarily, right? So this is how you end up with the bad guys winning over the good guys, right? They more concerned about is Will Smith in the Illuminati? Is he into the adrenochrome drinking? I wouldn't give a fuck which one of them motherfuckers, whoever did the dirt, need to pay for the dirt. But if you watch how the human species move, the lowest form of energy exchange is called gossip. When a motherfucker don't know what's going on or they don't understand something, they gossip. They make shit up and they spew inflammatory rhetoric on top of something they know nothing about. But then when they find out they was wrong, now they dumbasses be sitting there looking stupid. Right? So everything ain't what it look like because it ain't supposed to be what you see. Motherfucker can narrate what you see. They can communicate what you see between them. And you will only see what the enemy wants you to see. That's why I told y'all, like when I was talking about that Isis Wisdom and her fraud shit she was doing, I didn't have no personal gripe against her. Like, I don't know her. Him, it, whatever the fuck the motherfucker is, I have no personal affiliation, but I do know this, that I'm always concerned when some strange person that I just meet come to me with some top secret information for no apparent reason, unsolicited. That always gets my attention. Who the fuck am I to make me so important that you got to give me this G14 classified top secret information? Where the fuck did you get? What make you think that you need to get beat it? How you know I'm the right motherfucker to get information to? Why you give me this information? I'm just supposed to take it and do what with it? What you want me to do with it? Oh, you said do what I want to do with it. So when I tell y'all I'm dragging somebody the fuck out, I drag them the fuck out because I got the evidence. I don't just slander people. I let them slander their goddamn self by their slanderous deeds and actions towards others. I done told them 1,000 times, judge not that ye may not be judged, because the same measure by which you judge other motherfuckers, that's the motherfucking stick you judging yourself by, because the only person can judge you is you. You your own judge. So while you so busy trying to condemn everybody else, you condemning yourself if you don't know what you're talking about. Because if it turned out that this person is right, I'm going to turn out to be right. 22nd tomorrow, motherfuckers, and I'm going to turn out to be right. When we get done hijacking this free Larry Hoover shit and fucking the algorithm up, hitting them in the pocket, I'm going to turn out to be right. At the end of the game, I'm going to turn out to be right. I done told the truth every step of the way and gave y'all the motherfucking supporting documentation to show y'all I'm telling the truth. And then I'm going to turn out to be y'all who was behind this dirty ass shit and what we had to do to overcome the obstacle. I'm going to be fucking right. I don't give a fuck about who don't believe me. I didn't come in this shit for beliefs. I came in to give y'all what I knew from our culture, how we determine who our leaders is in our regular culture without no motherfuckers settling on our territory as colonizers. Right? So when I turn out to be right, all them motherfuckers that was telling them lies and it sent their little cronies that they got deceived 100%. To antagonize motherfuckers on my page. Go to the back door and accuse motherfuckers that they know nothing about. Right? They must not understand how I rock in order to even think that I will have a motherfucking infiltrator sitting next to me and not know it. I could smell the motherfuckers. I know the motherfuckers that don't mean me no good, the same as I know the motherfuckers that mean me all the good in the world. And I know how to separate myself between the two. right? I'm skilled at this shit. I know all of the strategies of the enemy. From the motherfucking Asians to the Russians to the motherfucking Italians to the Greeks. I know everybody military strategies. I've been studying these motherfuckers for years. And they keep doing the same dumbass shit. And we keep falling for the same dumbass shit. And I keep laughing because we keep falling for the same dumbass shit. It's a repeatable cycle. Find the motherfuckers who's supposed to be at the top, disgrace them to the people so that the people never demand that they answer for their condition. Because if you make them answer for their condition, then the frauds got to get out of their fraudulent position in order to let the rightful motherfuckers speak for what's going on. So when I get done being right, and when we get done getting the attention of the people, our people, we don't need the enemy attention. We don't need none of them niggas that's from Africa. We don't got no personal gripe with them unless they came in with the enemy doing the enemy bid. We don't got no problem with the motherfuckers from the Middle East, from the Far East. Right now, this is family business. This is about the family unifying together to get these motherfucking, get our shit. We know who the leadership is. All we got to do is use the oral tradition. Right? So we're going to fuck their algorithms up to let them know that we putting it in the public domain. Right? So you slander somebody. This is a COINTELPRO prime motherfucking tool of operation. The slander lays the foundation for them to do the dirt to the righteous with uncontested by the masses. Larry ain't our savior. We his. We got to get Larry. Why we got to get Larry? Because Larry represents each and every one of us. He represents Angel Bay. He represents Big Tookie. He represents Asada Shakur. That's why. He represents you. He represents me. The fact that we can focus our attention on one motherfucking leadership on the land from us that we know is ours. Right? And we know he's ours because of the way that the government treat him. They ain't treating theirs like that. They treat ours like that. Ain't got no they create a motherfucking criminal enterprise in order to put them in and then accuse them of it. But we so busy following what they say is the news, the mainstream, that we just go along to get along bootlicking ass niggas. You know? So long as they know that all they got to do is put on the news that you's a criminal and you already convicted, then they just put that shit on the news and be done with your dumb ass. And this is why nobody won't step up in our community to do nothing to help none of us. When a motherfucker get on top, he don't want to come back and help a bunch of rotten ass motherfuckers that pulled and tugged on him like crabs in a bucket all the way to the top. That's not the way this shit go. So I got the Knox from Malachi for the Nuwabians. So if y'all know any Nuwabians, make sure y'all tag them in this video, because Malachi say when he get back, he finna set the record straight among those who did the dirt in the community, because those were the actual infiltrators in the Nuwabian nation. He knew who they was the whole time they was there, but he had to leave them there in order for us to get to the point where we can see how they work. So when he gonna send y'all a message through the young elder. For y'all who know who young elder is, he gonna send the family message. You probably won't get the message, because that's who the message is gonna come through from Malachi. So I don't know if it's going to be for the public or just for the family that's close over there where he at, but he going to get Young Elder a message to give him. I don't know Young Elder, never met him. I heard him a couple times on YouTube, but that's what the message is for the Nuwabians, right? Yep, the Young Elder on YouTube. Malachi sending Nuwabians a message through Young Elder, right? And I don't know if it's going to be a public message or a private family message, but Young Elder going to have a message for the Nuwabians, and it's going to be fresh. So tomorrow, we're going to get into the cyber parade and the hashtag Free Larry Hoover. It's going to be more than one hashtag opportunity on the Free Larry Hoover thing. Look for the one with the most posts under it and use that one. But use all of them if you have to. It don't even matter. Because they say Free Larry Hoover. Right. So we all standing on this shit. This ain't for the motherfuckers who came on slave ships, who don't feel like that they got no stake in what's going on over here. We just ask that they respectfully stay out the way so they don't get stepped on in the process of the come up. Because we don't want no innocent motherfuckers. It's the worst thing you could do is make the innocent pay for the dirty guilty. Right? So you can start now if you want to, sweetie. We can start whenever y'all get ready, but we just don't stop. Every time you do a post tomorrow, hashtag Free Larry Hoover till we bust the algorithm, hit them some bitches right in their pockets because they don't like nobody fucking with their money. And Larry Hoover is not tied to any fundraisers, right? Yep. I've been getting the word that it's on the TikTok. I don't know what Twitter doing with it yet, but we just got to go whatever motherfucking social media you get on, spread the word. Because we going to hijack their motherfucking social media. We only trying to get the message to us. Because we don't care about nobody that's sitting up in the tent on our property. Right? So we cleaning house. So we don't care about them. We only care about us. We care about how many of us is paying attention. How many of us we can get the attention of. Because it's our shit. If it ain't their shit, they don't, we don't have no problem with dealing with them later. But for right now, we need to get the message to us. Organic motherfucker. All right. So if Brother Umar Johnson want to be unapologetically African, we don't mind him he can be as African as he like to be. But while these organic motherfuckers from this land is on the move, stay your motherfucking unapologetically African ass out of the way before you need to apologize. This ain't none of his business. This don't have nothing to do with him. If he was a real Pan-Africanist and a real Garveyite, like he say, he would understand what a confraternity is, and he wouldn't be in our business trying to tell us that we came on a goddamn ship packed like a sardine, the most dumbest shit a motherfucker could possibly come up with and believe, and talk about he's educated. Talk about he's got a scientific mind, and that he can't be manipulated by the white man. Well, the white man got you thinking you came on a ship. You can continue to believe whatever you want to believe, just stay the fuck out the way of the organic people of the land. That's all we asking. We don't care how many of you niggas want to be unapologetically African and Afrocentric, right? We don't have no problem with none of that shit, because we was already doing business, trade, and intermarrying across the water before we both got sacked on both sides of the water, if y'all not paying attention, right? But this ain't got nothing to do with that. Right now, this got something to do with the organic people of the land, Big Mama boys, cleaning Big Mama house up, and letting the rest of us know what's going on across the land. We finna hit these motherfuckers in their pockets, because we gonna make them motherfuckers scream. Right? So, just let it be known. Right? We don't care if you unapologetically African or if Afrocentric, I'm a Pan-Africanist, Garveyite too, but I ain't from Africa. Right? Because the Africans all told me, that all of the Pan-Africans of knowledge, of learning, told me we was already here. Y'all already at home. What the fuck is you talking to? See how they work. So when he gonna send y'all a message through the young elder. For y'all who know who young elder is, he gonna send the family message. You probably won't get the message, because that's who the message is gonna come through, from Malachi. So I don't know if it's going to be for the public or just for the family that's close over there where he at, but he going to give Young Elder a message to give him. I don't know Young Elder, never met him. I heard him a couple times on YouTube, but that's what the message is for the Nuwabians, right? Yep, the Young Elder on YouTube. Malachi sending Nuwabians a message through Young Elder, right? And I don't know if it's going to be a public message or a private family message, but Young Elder going to have a message for the Nuwabians, and it's going to be fresh. So tomorrow, we're going to get into the cyber parade and the hashtag Free Larry Hoover. It's going to be more than one hashtag opportunity on the Free Larry Hoover thing. Look for the one with the most posts under it and use that one. But use all of them if you have to. It don't even matter. Because they say free Hoover, right? So we all standing on this shit. This ain't for the motherfuckers who came on slave ships, who don't feel like that they got no stake in what's going on over here. We just ask that they respectfully stay out the way so they don't get stepped on in the process of the come up. Because we don't want no innocent motherfuckers. It's the worst thing you could do is make the innocent pay for the dirty guilty. Right? So you can start now if you want to, sweetie. We can start whenever y'all get ready, but we just don't stop. Every time you do a post tomorrow, hashtag Free Larry Hoover till we bust the algorithm, hit them some bitches right in their pockets because they don't like nobody fucking with their money. And Larry Hoover is not tied to any fundraisers, right? Yep. I've been getting the word that it's on the TikTok. I don't know what Twitter doing with it yet, but we just got to go whatever motherfucking social media you get on, spread the word. Because we going to hijack their motherfucking social media. We only trying to get the message to us. Because we don't care about nobody that's sitting up in the tent on our property. Right? So we cleaning house. So we don't care about them. We only care about us. We care about how many of us is paying attention. How many of us we can get the attention of. Because it's our shit. If it ain't their shit, they don't, we don't have no problem with dealing with them later. But for right now, we need to get the message to us. Organic motherfucker. All right. So if Brother Umar Johnson want to be unapologetically African, we don't mind him he can be as African as he like to be. But while these organic motherfuckers from this land is on the move, stay your motherfucking unapologetically African ass out of the way before you need to apologize. This ain't none of his business. This don't have nothing to do with him. If he was a real Pan-Africanist and a real Garveyite, like he say, he would understand what a confraternity is, and he wouldn't be in our business trying to tell us that we came on a goddamn ship packed like a sardine, the most dumbest shit a motherfucker could possibly come up with and believe, and talk about he's educated. Talk about he's got a scientific mind, and that he can't be manipulated by the white man. Well, the white man got you thinking you came on a ship. You can continue to believe whatever you want to believe, just stay the fuck out the way of the organic people of the land. That's all we asking. We don't care how many of you niggas want to be unapologetically African and Afrocentric, right? We don't have no problem with none of that shit, because we was already doing business, trade, and intermarrying across the water before we both got sacked on both sides of the water, if y'all not paying attention, right? But this ain't got nothing to do with that. Right now, this got something to do with the organic people of the land, Big Mama boys, cleaning Big Mama house up, and letting the rest of us know what's going on across the land. We finna hit these motherfuckers in their pockets, because we gonna make them motherfuckers scream. Right? So, just let it be known. Right? We don't care if you unapologetically African with Afrocentric, I'm a Pan-Africanist, Garveyite too, but I ain't from Africa, right? Because the Africans all told me, that all of the Pan-Africans of knowledge, of learning, told me we was already here. Y'all already at home. What the fuck is you talking about? Right? Go back and read the indigenous books, they'll tell you. So they came up with all these color codes, skin colors, paper bag clubs, right? They separated us by skin color, the light ones versus the dark ones, and the Willie Lynchism, all that bullshit. And y'all niggas is still falling for it. I don't got nothing to do with none of that shit. It got nothing to do with me. The only thing got something to do with me is Big Mama told me to tell y'all who the chiefs of the land is and let y'all call them motherfuckers to the forefront. Because when y'all call them to the forefront, they got to tell you what the fuck is going on the land, who responsible for the dirt being done, and what we gonna do to clean this shit up. That's all I care about. I don't care if your ass came from Mars, Nibiru, Pluto. I don't care if you Ashtar Command, Pleiadian, Arcturian. I don't care if you a Wookiee. I don't give a fuck if you Jabba the Hutt. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you don't stop us from doing Big Mama job, what she sent us to do, I wouldn't give a fuck. Just stay out the way. It's all over. Ain't nobody gonna be left behind. Because she saying no guys and no little yous. You don't treat people the way they treat you. Because if you treat people the way they treat you, you're gonna be a tyrant. Goddamn right we ain't black. Right? Black don't have nothing to do with skin tone. Right? They called us blacks because they attacked us. It's a chess term. And they called themselves white because they was the attacker. Right? And we thinking it means skin color. You know, I done seen some dark motherfuckers. My boy Taz told me on Taz TV, he said, man, show me a black motherfucker. I found purple motherfuckers, navy blue motherfuckers, hot chocolate motherfuckers. I never found a true black motherfucker. Even when they dark as hell, they got some kind of tint that let you know they ain't black. Some of them got blue tint, some of them got green tint, some of the motherfuckers got purple tint, but none of them motherfuckers look like hope. None of them don't look like, even the darkest one look like dark chocolate, like chocolate with no milk, right? So, the crazy thing is, I mean, shit, melanin itself is not even black. Melanin is a dark chocolate brown, darker than chocolate, like coffee, like black coffee. If you put it in the sun, you're going to get a brown tint. Right? So, white represent death the whole time. All that shit represent death in the sense that it's a mental death. Because the mental death allows you to take a half a concept and give it a whole false identity, which causes miscalculation. And as long as you generate the miscalculation, then somebody can use the miscalculation to mislead. And this is where the problem come in, because we too quick to jump on top of some shit, some bandwagon shit, and don't want to ask nothing because we don't want nobody asking us nothing. I got informed because I wanted to be able to inform. I went and informed myself so I knew what the fuck I was seeing, even if it didn't sound right to nobody around me. But I had to go and inform myself as to what they was doing so I can inform y'all of how to undo it. Now we gonna kick them in the pockets. And so, this is the part of the game where you get to see them buckle. So, a couple of updates for y'all. As of Friday, the corporation that was defunct has no more finances. So they head into the close of business today to come up with some money that they didn't ever come up with. So on the Pluto return, which is tomorrow, which is George Washington's birthday, who is the motherfucker who issued the challenge to the Moors and the indigenous to tell us who we wasn't and who they were, right? All of this shit, my mama used to tell me all my life, what goes around comes around. All of this shit that went around is on its way back around, and it comes through a Pluto return. That's some heavy shit, right? So we got the 2/22/2022 portal. We got the Pluto return on George Washington's birthday. George Washington issued a challenge to the Moors and the indigenous because they thought we was the same, but we ain't. And when they found out now that we ain't the same and that I can tell the difference between us and them wherever they meet. And when they send they motherfucking, because Elijah said the last trick the devil gonna do is to just freely offer you his woman. But he ain't never tell you his woman was gonna smell like a half a cow. Right? Because our women believe in yoni care. Like, that's like a big thing, because the yoni is the portal of life, and the portal of life is a sacred place. And the desecration of the sacred place comes in the form of mastectomies and hysterectomies. So if we understood that, by watching how our people move, watch how they move, we reverence the womb and they despise it. That doesn't make sense. How do you despise the womb when you come from one? But they don't have that respect for the womb. They got a greater respect for the phallus. You can't grow in the phallus for 9 months. It's just not going to happen. Right? So we can push this patriarchal bullshit agenda, or we can go back to us. I vote for go back to us. So I'll tell y'all the secret. The secret is, them niggas that don't want to be black don't have to be black. You know, because all of us wasn't intended to be in the war. All of us wasn't part of the war. You got to remember, everybody didn't sign treaties with these motherfuckers. Some of us ain't never stopped fighting. That's why they got blowed up shit all over this bitch, flooded out cities all over this bitch, castles that's abandoned all over this bitch, because all the motherfuckers that lived in the castles went to fighting Seminole Wars. All the motherfuckers lived in the castle went to fighting Seminole Wars. Ain't nobody staying in Big Mama house if Big Mama ain't safe to come home. That's just the way it is. We ain't letting nobody stay in there, and y'all ain't either. Right? So some of them, they turned into prisons. Right? Them the ones that they didn't know what to do with. They turned them into prisons. Stinking ass motherfuckers. But I'm making shit up.